All right, so our podcast is now going. Thank you for the guys that's listening on the Conversation Show TV podcast on Anchor. It's going to broadcast a little bit later on iTunes and all Android devices that listen to podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, all of that. Okay, so what I'm talking about tonight, again, you guys, is that we have two choices in life, and that's to evolve and repeat. Everything else is bonus, right? Everything else is extra. At the end of the day, you got those two choices. The reason why I bring that up, again, is because I went through a certain pattern in my life for years and years and years. I repeated the same mistake over and over and over again because I didn't make the simple choice of wanting to evolve. Because evolving takes change, and people are afraid of change. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to, because sometimes change will move you out of a place of comfortability. Change will push you in a place to where you have no idea what's going on. You're looking around and you're going, okay, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here. What's up, Ebbs? What's going on here? Change will do that to you, but evolution in life is so important. Here's the thing. We are all a certain age, and there's not a person in this chat, in this live right now, that can say that you do the same thing. If you do the same thing you did when you was 10, something is wrong. So at some point, you evolve. But the problem is that we stop evolving. We stop changing. Because once we get to a certain age, and when you get to a certain age, hey, Ebbs, certain age, change is inevitable, should be, but we don't want to deal with it. And I see that every day in my job, because my job, I work in cell phones. You guys know that. You guys see me rock this Sprint shirt every Friday. But I have people that come into my store who are of a certain age, and they've had a phone forever. And they don't want to change that phone. They don't want to change it. Because I don't want to learn anything new. Case in point, today, the new Galaxy Note 9 dropped today, right? So I had a lady come in this morning. First thing this morning, right when we open the doors up, and she had an old Galaxy S5. I mean, so you guys know anything about cell phones, that's, right? So she jumped from an S5 to the Note 9. Scared her to death. She's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, da-da-da-da. And she gave me all the reasons why she didn't want to get this phone, but was so excited to get it. So I can understand. So I kind of put that toward life, like, okay, we do the same thing, right? We go through something, we want to change it, and excited about the change, but scared to do it. I'm going to catch that. I'm going to say that one more time. We get excited about life. There's certain things there's a certain place you want to get to. You want to be an author. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be a CEO. You want to do whatever. But you're excited about doing it, but scared to do it at the same time. So you got scared and you got nervous all at the same time. We are going to have to learn, first of all, is learn how to accept change and evolve in the change. You keep repeating the same mistakes. I want everybody to take a moment. I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds, right? 10 seconds to stop, ponder life for about 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds though. Hey, Dredda, I'm gonna give you 2.5 seconds, or 10 seconds rather, to stop and think about how many times in your life right now you have made the same stupid, drastic mistake, and then wonder 10 seconds later why you do that. Take 10 seconds. Think about it for a minute. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do what you guys are doing. I'm gonna think too. 10 seconds. Think about it. Yeah, done that. Yeah, done that. So when you think about it for a minute, think about it. How many times have you made the same crazy mistakes? How many of us are still making the same crazy mistakes, me included? I am nowhere near being prone from any of this, right? Nowhere being prone from any of this, because when I talk to you guys, I'm talking to me too. There's a level of evolution that we have to go through, or we're going to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. There is a great quote that's out here, always has been out here. It's been out here for as long as I can remember. Hey, Diane, and the quote says, "Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. That is the absolute truth, if no one has ever written it. We have, keep doing the same thing, doing it with the same people. And then you wonder why you can't get to the next place in life, because we're playing. No one's perfect. Absolutely no one's perfect. But in the pursuit of being personal perfect, you have to grow and you have to evolve. You can't do the same things that you've been doing, or you're going to find yourself in the same spot you were in 10 years ago. At some point, the taste of failure, the taste of disappointment, the taste of all that negativity should taste nasty in your mouth after a while. So again, it's about choice. Do you like, see, sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, I hate certain things in my mouth. I hate Brussels sprouts, I hate greens, I hate all that, right? I'll eat it, but it don't taste good, right? So consider something that you hate to eat. I know I'm out of focus, you guys, just hang tight. Same play, different cast. Thank you. Hey, Jennifer, what's up? Think about something that you hate to eat, right? Whether it be chitlins, whether it be fatback meat, whatever it is that you hate to eat. Think about it and think about how when you mistakenly eat a piece. I want somebody to catch this. When you mistakenly eat a piece or a taste of it, and it goes bad on your taste buds. You just hate it. You just hate the way it feels. After you eat it, it's like, how did I eat that? Because you made the same mistake again. But I guess it's okay for you because you continue to do the same thing. So in order to stop doing the same thing, you have to do something different. Different meaning changing. Different meaning evolving, changing. I'm not the same dude I was 5 years ago. I can promise you that. Anybody know me personally? No. I ain't the same cat I was 5 years ago. I don't deal with the same people that I did 5 years ago. No. Because some people will stunt your growth. Some people you're rolling with, your homies, your chick flicks, your home skillets, your homies, your dunnies, all of that. Some of those folks will stunt your growth. And then we're looking around 10 years later, and it's like, dang man, where'd the time go? Doing the same thing. Because we refuse to change. Evolving. You can put this however you want to put it. You can think about it as much as you want to think about. But I can promise you this. You only have two choices. Don't let this world fool you. Don't let social media fool you. You got two choices. Evolve or repeat. If you're dealing with something or somebody who don't mean you no good and you know it, what that quote I just said? That quote I just said was, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Not, the quote didn't say, those who don't know history, hey Courtney, hey, what's up, Mike? It's not, the quote doesn't say those that don't know history are okay with it. It says you're doomed to repeat it. So the choice you have to make is, do I want that sour taste of chitlins in my mouth again? Do I want to taste those Brussels sprouts in my mouth again? Do I want to taste that slimy okra taste in my mouth again? Do I want to? If you don't evolve, guess what? You're going to walk that same path over and over and over again. Take it from a guy who's done it for 20 plus years. Walked out the same nonsense for 20 years because I did not want to change or evolve. Some people say, especially my folks in church, they say, you're going to give God praise one way or the other. What's up, Mario? That's true. you're going to change. You're going to have to change whether you want to or not. So now you're at a place where you know you have to. Can you now accept the change? Can we now say, okay, what's that Bible verse? What's Willette at? What's that Bible verse say? When I was a boy, I played like a boy. But when I became a man, I put away those childish things. That's what we got to do. Damn kids should have been watching since day one. You're right. Ever since I had my kids, all have been growing and evolving, losing people, but they're the cause of holding me down. Exactly. You can't roll with the same homeboys no more after a while. You just can't do it. You can't roll with the same chicks you roll with in 8th grade. It just doesn't work that way anymore because they don't feel what you feel. Here's one thing that I learned. And this is, and this is for me. I always say this, I'm talking to me too, right? I am up for a leadership position at my job. First thing that I learned as a leader is that you have to have people in your circle who believe what you believe. In order to be an effective and successful leader, you have to find people in your circle who believe what you believe. Yes, thank you, Mario. I appreciate you. Same thing in life, not just work, life too. If you are rolling with a circle of people who don't believe what you believe, promise you're not going to get to where you need to get to. So, what happens? You're going to have to shed away the dead weight. You're going to have to shed away those folks that ain't for you. Because if you don't, repeat. Come on, children of Israel, stop it. We've done walked around this mountain 30 times already. Because we don't want to change. We don't want to change. Stop. Hey, Adrian, stop it. It is time. Successful leaders, successful people in their life got people in their back, in their corner, who are listening. Think about a boxer for a minute who is out there. He's slugging it out with Roy Jones Jr. and all those guys. He's slugging it out and slugging it out and slugging it out in this life. Think about that. You are a boxer in this life, right? And you are slugging at everything that comes your way. You better believe it. They will hold you down. Please know. But you are a boxer. Come on, Courtney. You know what it is. You know what it is. I mean, you had many conversations about that. As a boxer, you fight in this life. You fight everything, bills, people, kids don't want to act right, work don't want to act right. Yeah, things are just falling apart. You've been there, right? You are fighting for your life. Kirk Franklin had an album, Fight of My Life, right? So we are fighting. When that bell rings and that boxer goes sit down, if them folks in his corner don't believe in him, don't give him the right information, don't tell him what to do, guess what? When he gets back up to go back out and fight those demons again, he gonna fail. Whew. Just telling you. Adrian says, let those who aren't really for you be exposed. Drop them and continue elevating. Exactly right. Exactly. Mario says, two best of these are. Exactly. I got you, Mario. I got you. So think about this. You are in the fight of your life. You have two choices in this thing. Change or evolve or repeat. You are in the fight of your life. I'm going to tell you something about me. I'm a fighter, right? Every morning I get up, I think that I'm in a 3-round match with Colin McGregor, which I love him. He's a good guy. Colin McGregor. And I'm going toe-to-toe, job, kids, past life, whatever. And I'm fighting, and I'm ducking, and I'm dodging. And I'm praying. God, okay, weave me through. Bob and weave me through, God. Bob, weave me through. But if those people that are in my corner ain't for me, in scene. We gotta go. I don't have time. I am 43 years old. Those guys, now you don't know how old I am? Now you know. 43 years old. I don't have time. I don't have time for people who are not in my corner. I don't have time for childish beefs that people still carry. People still carry beefs. People still do that. Do people still carry beefs seriously in this day and age? Evolve or repeat. I'm not finna beef with you. If we had issue, I'm trying to tell you, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So if we had issue, let's resolve it, right? Because we too grown. We too grown. I'm gonna evolve because I ain't repeating jack. Because one thing Terry ain't going back to is being in the street. One thing Terry ain't going back to is living in just, no. Terry's not going back to being heartbroken and struggling and all that. I'm not going back to that. Are you? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. You've been there. You've been at your personal worst in your life. Ask yourself this. Do you want to go back to that? Don't worry. I'll wait. If people who have never met you will throw dirty on the show, will. We paint the future for our kids as a team with our significant other, with our family and friends. Sometimes you have to. If family and friends ain't riding with you, I love you. Because first of all, I ain't going to hell for nobody, right? I ain't going to hell for nobody. So I'm going to love everybody as I go out this place. So, but if you ain't for me, love, peace, and hair grease. I can't. I just can't. What is that? One love, G. Broke this like, 44. Let's get it together. Let's get this together. Because we're failing. I read Facebook every day. You guys do too. Instagram, Twitter. You guys read this stuff all day. The state at which we are personally in is a choice. Sometimes it's by happenstance, but other times it's by choice. You choose to be hurt. You choose to be broke. You choose that. You choose it. Right? But all you got to do is evolve. Change your way of thinking. Change your mindset. Change life. I always say that. Or be doomed in repeating the same thing that you've been doing for 20 years or so or less. Here's my question to all of you guys who are watching. Replay viewers too, thank you guys for watching as well. Ask yourself this. Who loves you more than you? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who loves you more than you? Outside of God, who loves you more than you? Nope. Not a soul walking the planet. So if you love yourself so much, you want the pain to stop. That's a choice. Like I said, I used to go with the flow until someone told me only dead fish go with the flow. Mind blown. I had to change my mind, say nothing changes if nothing changes. That's right. Nothing changes if nothing changes. They got it right. Evolve, baby. Facebook is a state of mind you are in, and at that moment, I would totally evolve. Bro, you're right, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I said who else outside of God who loves you more than you? I knew you were gonna respond to that. But evolving is a place. Some people have just been in that mode. Hey, Pepper, have been in that mode of evolving, but just haven't gotten to that place. And for those of you who are watching, who are constantly changing and constantly evolving and hadn't got there yet, keep pushing. Pray until something happens. Keep pushing. Don't give up. If you're constantly evolving, if you're constantly doing what you're supposed to do, and you just haven't got there yet, keep pushing. For those of us who aren't, for those of us who hadn't thought nothing about changing, sometimes change involves leaving where you live. Sometimes change involves cutting people all the way off, family included. You know, change could include any number of things. First of all, and you guys have heard me say this 1,000 times on this show. Do not ask God for anything unless you are ready to move your feet. That's my motto. I've always said that in this show. I'll continue to say it. Don't ask God for nothing if you're scared to move your feet. Don't be in a place because you decided you didn't want to evolve or change. You back stuck in repeating, and you're back in that place and you're going, God, can you please? But when God say do it and you don't do it, don't do that. Stop. Don't let fear paralyze you. God will meet you in the steps. You better believe that. Woo. You better believe that. You're welcome, Corey. Anytime. Them scared of change and get out of that cycle your family has handcuffed you in. Respect, brother. Enough said. Exactly. We have held ourselves up long enough. We have struggled for long enough. We have hurt for long enough. We have prayed that same prayer to God long enough. Now, it's time to shut it down. Close your mouth, open your ears. Because God is answering every single prayer that you have asked him for. You think God has not heard your prayer? Do you think God has not already answered your prayer, but because you were too busy running your mouth, you didn't catch it? You're too busy not evolving. You're too busy repeating, but you can't hear what God's saying. Okay. Let me stop beating y'all up tonight. I'm just saying. God, in some cases, in most cases, God has already said, it's done, my sister. It is done, my daughter, my son. It's done. A still man and woman cannot make a change in their own life. Exactly. I'm out of focus. I know. Just hang tight. He'll come back and focus eventually. But stop asking God for stuff if when he says move, you don't. That's a wasted prayer. Save your breath. If you're not going to do what God tells you to do the first time you do it, don't ask no more. There it is. Back in focus. There we go. We have too much to do. We have things in God that we have to do. There are people waiting to hear your story. There are people waiting for you to be obedient. There are people waiting for your change. Here's how it works. If you guys listen to my episode a couple of weeks ago, I said it's just like waiting in line at the amusement park. You want to get on the ride, but you're scared to. Somebody's behind you. They're waiting for you. Listen, I remember my pastor, my best friend, Sharon Barnett. He said in a sermon some years ago, and he said, people, we all have a remnant of people just for your voice. This may blow some of you guys' minds, but there are people specifically for you. Can't nobody else touch them like you will. No Joel Osteen, no T.D. Jakes, no John Gray, none of them will be able to touch them. That remnant of people is just for you. Hey, Denise, just for you. And so while you're lollygagging, not changing, doing the same crap you was doing years ago, and repeating the same mistakes, people are missing it. I love you, bro. Keep it real. Thanks, Mario. People are missing it. And when you sit and you think about it, how many of us have family members who are hurting right now? Think about this for a second. How many of us have family members that are hurting right this minute? But because you won't change, you won't be, hey, thank you, Mike, exactly, Mark, for you. Because you won't evolve. And because you keep repeating the same mistake, that family member is watching. And they're thinking to themselves, going, if it won't happen for them, it won't happen for me, And so people are missing the mark. Hey, Erica, they are missing it because you are selfish, because you don't want to evolve or change. Don't have God raise up another. Obey. Obey. Listen. Heed the voice. Some of you guys maybe suffer from insomnia, or those of you who get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning like I do, every single morning without fail. It doesn't matter, right? It ain't because you can't sleep. Here's news for you. You're up because God is speaking. He wants you to hear. So this is my pointer. When you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever time God wakes you up, sit on the end of your bed, close your eyes, and just listen. Because there's an instruction coming from heaven every single time he does it. So if you get up in the morning and it's like, oh man, I can't sleep, that's because God wants to speak to you, but God wants to speak to you, but because you don't want to obey, you miss it. Change starts within yourself. Is contagious, bro. Love you, man. Peace out. Thanks, Andy, for coming through, man. I appreciate you. Heed the voice. Heed the voice. Pick up the little signs. God wants to speak to you. He wants to speak to you and through you. But until we can sit still long enough to listen, we'll miss it. We'll miss it. God says, God can come to you and say, daughter, son, I'm going to open this door for you because you asked me for it. But because you miss it, you miss that instruction, right? You miss that instruction, and then the door closes. And then the first thing you want to do is go to God and say, but God, you said you were going to open that door. What happened? You didn't do what I told you. God says, go back and tell that man or tell that woman who cheated on you, who abused you, and tell them that you forgive them. And because of our stake and pride, we won't do it. And we miss it. What was that? 2 ears with one mouth, hear twice as much, talk one. I don't know how that goes, but you know what I'm talking about. But I love that quote, though. God sometimes has given us specific instructions. And because of our pride and because of our selfish way of not wanting to change and evolve, instead of letting God fix it or letting it work itself out, we'll just repeat the same mistake over again, just so you ain't got to deal with the stuff. I just stay right here. It's easier here. I like being broke. I stay here. I like being in between jobs. I stay right here. I like hurting. I like not trusting I like not trusting people. I'll stay right here. Come on, people. Come on. Seriously. Evolve or repeat. Those are your two choices. Evolve or repeat. I want you guys, and I don't know who this is for. I don't know who this is for. But what I hear God say, forgive them. That's it. That's all I hear is forgive them. Just tell whoever it is that's watching via live or via replay later or listening on Anchor, forgive him. Forgive him and watch the doors open. Fly open. Not just creak open. No. Forgive him and watch the doors fly open. Because he's heard every single cry. He's heard every single plea. He has taken your tears and he has scooped them up in a little jar, put a lid on them, and he got you. He's saying, forgive him. I don't know who that's for. Carry it to somebody else. Share it with somebody else. Tell them Terry sent you. God said, I hear God say, forgive them. And watch the doors fly. And whoever that's for, do it and inbox me the testimony. Because I want to hear it. You guys, listen, I'm going to end the show here. But you got two choices. You got your life, your family's life, your kids' life in the palm of your hands. How it goes from here depends on the choices you make. What's up, Joshua? It depends on the choices you make. Do you want to continue to hurt? Do you want to continue to hold that grudge? Do you want to continue to just be that bitter, hateful person who don't trust nobody? Do you want to be that person? Excuse me, still where you are. But if you want to evolve, if you want God to move in your life, if you want things to happen in your life, baby, you're going to have to forgive and let it go. Okay, let me stop. You guys, before I go, are there any questions that I can answer, any comments, any of that good stuff? What's up, Joshua? Anything I can answer before I go? Let me kill my anchor here. Hold on one second, you guys.